Hello community! Last time we were talking about the risk Singapore identified, and today we're gonna talk about countermeasure, how to make it right. It requires, of course, a multifaceted approach. This is what it tells you all the time. Invest in research to make AI systems safe. Hey, Microsoft, have you heard this? Invest in research to make AI systems safe. Robust testing. Develop rigorous testing protocols for AI systems to ensure they behave as intended in a wide range of situations. Hey Google, great to hear this. Security measures. Implement strong security measures to protect AI systems from malicious use or exploitation. Encryption, access control, intrusion detection system or more. Microsoft, are you up to the task? Access controls? Regulatory framework. Hey, AI governance. Develop comprehensive AI governance frameworks, plural, that set standards, plural, for transparency, accountability, privacy, and fairness. Guidelines for data usage. Model development and deployment. Wow, this is going to be easy to regulate. Microsoft. Risk assessment. What? They are risk assessed? And more. Regulation and oversight. Implement regulatory oversight of high-risk application could involve pre-market safety assessments. Hey, he's just copying from the new EU regulations. Post-market monitoring. Thank you, Microsoft. And the ability to impose sanctions for non-compliance. Oh, wow. International cooperation. Work towards international cooperation on AI standards, norms, and regulations. Prevent the race to the bottom, where countries or companies compete to develop or deploy AI as quickly as possible without sufficient regard for safety. Interesting. Ethical guidelines. Ensure that AI systems are designed to respect human values and rights. Microsoft, they are human rights. I just wanted to mention this, just in case you were asking about ongoing engagement and a broad range of stakeholders to understand what values should be prioritized. The stakeholders should understand what values should be prioritized. Fairness. Issues of fairness and equity in AI, such as bias in AI systems and the distribution of AI benefits and harms. Prevent the concentration of power. Yes, Google, there is something like a concentration of power sometimes happening in the cybersphere. I know, it's brand new insights. Public engagement. Engage the public in decisions about AI rules and norm. Make a YouTube video about it. Share it with the public. This could involve public consultation, citizen assemblies, and efforts to increase public understanding of AI. I'm a little bit doubtful about this particular point because, education and training. Invest in education and training to help people adapt to a world with AI. Wow, this would be great, but currently, I don't know. Not just the technical training, but also education about digital literacy, ethics, mental health support. Mental health issues related to AI, such as the impact of social media on mental health. My goodness, this is a topic in itself. Counseling services, public health campaigns. These strategies can help to harness the benefits of AI while mitigating its risk. Okay, now from a theoretical response, let's go to a practical implementation. Make me a bullet point list of my action I can take personally in my personal interaction with ChatGPT and GPT-4, like on this platform here, so I can today already implement some of your recommendation, given that there are 6 specific risks, plus the 1 risk you invented. How can I cope with this? What is my actual action plan to make AI safer for me personally and for every other user? Is this intelligent or is it just a copy? Absolutely. Some practical steps you can take to ensure safe interaction with AI. Be aware of its capabilities and limitations. Oh, easy to write, not so easy to do. Okay, again, can make hallucinations. Great. Be cautious about personal information you share. As always, critical thinking. Be critical of the information generated by AI. A machine tells me to be critical by the information that the machine created for me while I'm asking the machine to create information. Okay. Copyright. Using AI to generate content. Be mindful. I, the user, have to be mindful about what the system copied from the internet, not respecting copyright issues? Are you joking? AI can mimic styles and expression, which could lead to copyright infringement. Hey, I hope Google and Microsoft are aware of those things, and as a service provider, they are responsible for this. Bias. AI can reflect and amplify societal biases present in the data it was trained on. Well, what a surprise. Report it to the platform or service provider. Safe interaction. If you're using AI for interaction, especially with children, make sure to use any available safety feature to filter out inappropriate content. What is an available safety feature on ChatGPT? Feedback. Most AI platforms have mechanisms for user feedback. Oh yeah, I can imagine that. Educate yourself. I, as a user, I have to learn about AI, its potential risk, and how to use it safely and responsibly. Share this knowledge with others, especially with those who might be more vulnerable. Well, I make a YouTube video. I mean, this should be it, no? Promote ethical AI use. Advocate for the ethical use of AI in your community and in the workplace. Hey, provider of foundation models, what do you think? You take care about this task and you make sure that your product respects ethical issues. Supporting regulation and practices to promote transparency. Hey, Google and Microsoft, I just found here a new task for you. You should support regulations and practices that promote transparency, accountability, and fairness. And I mean, if you focus on accountability, it is okay. Stay updated. AI is a rapidly evolving field. Stay updated on the latest development, risk, and safety measures. So put all your focus here on AI. Wow. I have a feeling this is the box of Pandora. My goodness, is this fascinating. Hi, ChatGPT. I would like that you focus on a particular chapter in the PDF link I'm going to give you. So you connect to the PDF, you analyze the complete PDF, and then you write a technical summary of the paragraph called Unpacking the Approach Towards Generative AI. The link to the complete document is the following. So let's see. We will jump now right there. And here we have a very interesting presentation on while that he is thinking. Let's have a look at this. So it is about the impact to end user. What is the new approach that Singapore came up with? They have six points. Accountability. They have here the shared responsibility framework and disclosure standards, where you have the model developer, like OpenAI, the application developers. Maybe these are freelancers, maybe these are some IT companies. And then you have the end users, and this is a life cycle. Now on the other side, you have here the tech providers, you have the content creator that provide the content for it, and then you have the content distributors, where you have the content labeling and everything is going on. So the accountability problem here is number one. Number two is the data problem, transparency in the data and trusted data sources, respecting the privacy, respecting all copyright issues, fighting against any bias introduced purely by the data. The model development and the model deployment. You have the development, compute in an open source environment, hopefully. You have the deployment of the LLM, with safety testing and evaluation metrics. And even after you deployed it, you have monitoring and reporting of the performance. And then you have here assurance and evaluation, where there's the crowdsourcing coming in with third-party audits and third-party evaluation. The complete open source community is invited. Safety and alignment research. Strategic investments are needed for Asian centers of knowledge that are able to run those systems, analyze those systems, run hundreds of batches on this system, and in general, the generative AI for the public good. So now that we have here all the different paragraphs, let's see what ChatGPT came up with. Okay, the chapter Unpacking the Approach to a Generative AI. This is exactly our approach here. Key points. Accountability in model development. Yes, I put it right up here so you can compare both sides. Emphasize the importance of safety by design. I think this is one of the main principles, safety by design. Clear accountability across all producers, vendors, distributors, all stakeholders in the model development lifecycle. Well, policymakers and developers should co-create a shared responsibility framework to clarify the responsibility of all parties involved in the model development. So this means when, I don't know, Microsoft or Google has a new model, publishes it, and asks the community to find out if it's safe or not, this is not good enough. The responsibility and the accountability definitely has to be clearly associated with the creator or all people who alter then the performance of the system. Identifying generative AI content, the risk of misinformation, online harm due to rapid creation of realistic content by generative AI, that synthetic media technology providers, where everything is just copied from another GPT system or another BART system, and content distributors should invest in capabilities to create real stuff and not some synthetic copies. Transparency and the type of data highlights the importance of transparency of the type of input data used in generative AI. What data the model was trained on, have all copyright issues been resolved. Currently, I think all big corporations have some problems with copyright, in court or outside of court. Data privacy copyright, legal ambiguities on data use introduced by generative AI. If you use an image that has been generated with, for example, text-to-picture AI, do you have the right to sell this image? Is this image copyright protected? Under the current US regulation, currently, no. Addressing the bias. Impossible to completely eradicate bias in AI systems. Of course, if it's in the data, if it's in the ground data, in the ground truth data, in your training data set, how you want to get rid of this? Afterwards, you have to go over 100,000 possibilities. So clean the data. Model developers should be more selective of their training data set, not just copy the complete internet. Model development and deployment. Developers should be transparent about their design choices, which directly impact the quality and the safety of models. Well, currently they're more interested in their profit margins than in the safety and in the transparency. Enhancing evaluation and assurance. Third-party evaluation and assurance in an AI ecosystem, in a flourishing, in an active AI ecosystem, in a maybe open source AI ecosystem where people have the possibility to check out the models, to run the model at least in inference mode. I'm not talking about fine-tuning, but at least inference should be possible. Policymakers should facilitate the development of standardized evaluation matrices. I don't need a policymaker, the open community will do this. But we need access to the machine that are capable of doing this. Safety. Knowledge in safety and alignment research to ensure that the capacity to control generative AI system keeps pace with their potential risk. For the public good, the ultimate measure of effectiveness is the safety and level of impact to the end users. The development of measures to quantify this impact will inform new policy innovations. Interesting. So you see, more and more they are trying to find here kind of a framework to come to terms with this. Guidelines, common infrastructure. Infrastructure is so important. Make available high-performance compute infrastructure for a specific group of developers, for a specific group of researchers. You know, like in the James Webb Telescope. Let's say you have for the next 1 year period, you make available the instrument or the high-performance cloud compute center here for testing to companies, to freelancers, to research personnel. We need more common infrastructure. 1,000 GPUs, 10,000 GPUs. Impact for the end user. I think we have not even started to have a look at the impact of AI will have on us as a society in our professional life. I think we will learn it the hard way. So, great to have a new paper by Singapore. Great to have done another step. Great to see what they think that the train will lead us, that the path ahead of us will be. But I think we have to move much faster because the current development in OpenAI, it is almost lightning speed. And our politicians are still looking here for the breadcrumbs. This was it for this video. See you in my next one.